the boot seal is set and in position, and I've closed the boot. Now, I did have to close it quite firmly. That's not a surprise. It is a brand new seal, so it's going to take a little while for it to bed in, and I will try and leave the boot closed as much as I can so that it gets it settled. But let's see what happens when I try and open the boot. Will it happen? No, well, that's not a surprise. I think what I'm going to have to do is push down on the boot as I press the button in. So let me see if I can get you set up so you can see. See if I can zoom you. Oops. Just bear with me here, chaps. Right. I think if I push down, I'll push in. And there it is. Alright. There's a little bit of cleanup I got to do, especially around here. There is glue here, because I did put it on a little thick in that area, but just by, you probably can't see that, you might be able to. I can just rub it off. There it comes. So I just got to do a little bit of tidy up. My fingernails on it. Look at that. Oh, I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I forgot to put my mic on. Right. Now let's shut it. So, quite firm. That'll settle. Great. Now, it's time to put the heater back in. That is going to be a real pain. Why is it going to be such a pain, you may wonder? As I mentioned, when I took it out, you have, I don't know what they call them, whether they call them Instra mounts. On the MKII they call them Instra mounts. The little rubber mounts with the threads on that are fixed to the body. And getting the cables through, that go through to the interior, and then putting the grommets in, then connecting up the water pipes, then connecting up the electrics. This is going to take a while. Okay, heater box is in, just finishing off the connections. I've got to do the pipes yet, haven't done that. The mount down there, that is the most awkward motherfucker to get to. But with a little bit of jiggery pokery and some ingenious, what should I say, work to get the washer and the nut on there. And what I did is I used a right angled pick stick, put the washer and nut on the pick stick, rested the right angle point on top of the stud, and then pushed the washer down and then pushed the nut down while holding the stick on there, and then spun the nut until it bit. Took an age, but got there. On the connections, I have on my heater box a green with a purple flash and a green with a brown flash. In the wiring harness there, I have a green with a purple flash and a green with a brown flash. I went back and looked at the switch because I know I'm only getting one speed when it's mounted. On the switch, I have a green and a yellow flash. I'm not quite sure why. There isn't a spare green and brown wire behind the dash. So, yeah, it's kind of a mystery as to why I don't have a green and brown wire in there. Maybe I got something confused. I'm going to have a look and make sure I haven't got a wire on that switch that should be on another switch, or you know how it goes sometimes when you put everything together and you're meticulous about it and then you fuck up for God knows what reason. Anyway, I'm just trying to get my ass out of here. Okay, heater box in, just got to do the pipes. Then what are we on to next? Oh, I'm going to remove the clutch. Hang on a second. See if I can get you there. I'll take you there. No, not there. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay, that's as far as it wants to. Bzz. I'm going to disconnect that clutch hose because I want to retorque the head, and look, I can't get to that one nut, and that could be the one that's causing me the problem, which is why I'm getting a leak. So that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to go over the torque setting. I thought the torque setting was something like 61. Peter Smith seems to think it's 54, so I'm going to double check that in the book. And as I said, guys, I've got a composite gasket on this. I'm wondering if a little extra tweak wouldn't go amiss. I don't think it can do any harm, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay, let's get on and get the heater finished. One job at a time. Okay, hoses are now connected. Wires are kind of tucked out of the way. There's really no safe place to put these, unfortunately, because there's a mechanism there for the flap that goes back and forth, so I don't want to get caught by that. I certainly don't want to be touching the exhaust. So I've tucked a lot of the wires up here behind this heater pipe, and I'm hoping that won't be a problem. I will be keeping a very close eye on these things. Maybe I'll have to somehow, and I don't know how, perhaps bring the wires up here somehow so that they, yeah, I don't know. That's something to think about. For the moment, I'm just going to tuck them up there, out of the way, he said. Ha 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 ha. Tuck. Come on. They were tucked there just now. All right, there we go. Okay. I just want to keep it away from the mechanism. And that should be okay there. Yeah. So there and there, I may end up tying it to the pipe there. I mean, it's only a hot water pipe, and in reality, living here in Arizona, the fact that hot water will be going through there will be a miracle, because I very much doubt I'm going to need it. Right, my next task is that one I've mentioned before, to undo this and get the head retorqued. So let's get on with it. Okay, disconnected the clutch flexible hose at the back of the cylinder head there. Not the easiest of things to do. Not terrible, just not easy. And I've retorqued the head bolts to 54 foot-pounds. And every one of them tweaked up a little bit. Now, I'm not saying I won't push it a little. If I've still got a leak, I might push it a little to, I don't know, 56 or 57, but I don't want to go any higher than that. Just to try and clamp this down. But what I've got to do is run the engine again. And at the moment I can't do that because I'm still waiting for the clutch master cylinder. How does that stop me? Well, it's quite simple. I can't put the battery in until I've got the clutch master cylinder in. What a fucking pain in the ass. Come on, G. Barrett, finger out of your ass and get me my parts. Of course, when it arrives, it's not going to be painted. It's just plain tin, so I'm going to have to paint it. Actually, I think I might just clear lacquer it. I don't mind the tin colour. I just don't want it to be bare. Fuck. Alright guys, I'm going to push this out. It's a very short video. It doesn't include much, I appreciate. But I'm kind of screwed at the moment. Waiting for things. What can I do? What can I do next? I can bleed the brakes. That's tomorrow. Okay, the angle's a bit funny here, but a lot of people seem to be very concerned, unnecessarily concerned, regarding my positioning of the windscreen washer bottle. Here it is, right next to the fuse box. Perfectly okay. Perfectly away from the exhaust. Yeah, okay, so maybe it covers the little... oh, hang on, I'm going to go the right way. I want to go that way. Hang on, let's see if I can get you down there. The plate. Well, who gives a fuck? It's not something I care about. Yeah, the plate's there. It's got the numbers on it. Do you want to look at it? Go ahead. I'm never going to be looking at it. So, it's not something I care about. My friend Udo in Germany was concerned. I think maybe because the rules are different in Germany and it must be easily visible. And, you know, you don't have to actually have I can't think of the right word. You don't have to put effort into seeing it. Anyway, so look, there it is. It's okay. The washer bottle is fine. It's not going to get boiled. It doesn't hit the heater. There are no bolts that are hidden, which was another concern from one of my other subscribers, thinking that you know, I couldn't get to the nuts. The panel that he is referring to is way back, further back. Guys, you know, I do think of these things. I do appreciate your comments. Don't get me wrong. I really do appreciate your comments, because I'm sure, you know, all of a sudden, oh shit, yeah, I missed that. I didn't think about that. But do understand, this isn't the first car I've worked on. But that doesn't mean you stop sending your comments. You must do that, and I will respond to them. So there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And if anybody wants one of these... Oh, no, the one I've got slightly different for sale. All right. Oh, let me get my ass out of here. Gosh. Isn't this beautiful? Look at that. All right. Now get out of that garage. Go do some shit.